Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, July 29th of 2024. I'm Giovanni Benacourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. All right, let's get right to it. There are three things to keep an eye on this week. All of them are capable of surprising and not necessarily in a good way. One of them could have a bigger impact than others. First, and most obvious, is the Federal Reserve, which delivers its latest interest rate decision Wednesday. Almost no one expects a move, but a quarter-point cut in September is now a near certainty after encouraging inflation data on Friday. Watch carefully. If Fed Chair Jerome Powell wants to change those expectations, this will be his big opportunity. Jobs data on Friday could also have an impact. Second, four Magnificent Seven companies are reporting quarterly results. These are the large technology stocks that have led the market higher for the past 2 years, but have underperformed recently if last week's reports by Google parent Alphabet and Tesla are anything to go by. Investors would be reluctant to reward earnings unless they are spectacular. That's because the so-called great rotation is starting to ramp up, with investors pivoting away from big tech to get into other sectors that could have more room to grow. Now, because the Mag 7 still they still make up about 30% of the S&P 500, they can drag down the headline index even as most stocks that belong to it are rising. That might look bad on the surface, but it's good for most stocks. And that's what makes the third thing so interesting: the performance of what Bank of America has called the other 493. Some 170 companies in the S&P 500 report earnings this week, which will be a test of BOM's thesis that earnings for these other guys are ready to take off. If they do, the great rotation will continue. If they disappoint, look out for more ambivalence about whether it's time to get out of tech. In the crypto world, a significant upcoming rally for Bitcoin and Ethereum altcoins. Now, this comes after Trump expressed robust support for the crypto industry during his speech announcing the Bitcoin reserve toward the end. Trump's overall endorsement have further buoyed the market's optimistic outlook. In more potentially bullish news from Washington, reports surfaced that Vice President Kamala Harris' campaign team had reached out to top U.S. crypto companies in an effort to reset relations. The confluence of Bitcoin's price rally, strategic legislative proposals, and high-profile endorsements highlight a burgeoning bullish phase for the cryptocurrency market, setting the stage for potential significant developments in the near future. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at what we can come and speculate for today's market fluctuation. So we continue to see and wait for a pop or another leg to the upside in the Nasdaq. That could start to happen today. As we are receiving, obviously, companies reporting. So 19,400 seems to be just right there on the surface. Let me just raise that a bit to 19,500. Okay, and I'm gonna remain the support at 1883, which is the low created on July 25th. So for now, I'm bullish, optimistic bullish, cautiously bullish. And then on the Nasdaq, here's the S&P. We have fluctuated above that level of resistance that we've placed there. So I'm going to raise my mind to 5560 and raise the support to that low of July 25th, along with the Nasdaq going higher. So buying the Nasdaq and then S&P. The Dow. While the Dow is just making nice bursts to the upside. So 41,250-ish is going to be that level of resistance. I'm going to put the medium as my level of support. It's right around 40,000 and change, 40,300. So buying the Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the Russell. The Russell, oh boy, 2320. Let's see if the Russell will reach that new all-time high, and let's just use 2230 as support. We're almost in the borderline of being overbought, so keep that in mind. All right, so that's for the Russell. So buying the indices, they're all in sync. So moving higher. Let's take a look at crude oil. All right, so crude oil on Friday, it fluctuated to the upside. It just tanked. All right, and now we have opened up with a gap up right in the middle of Friday's trading session. So therefore, this is going to be one of those scenarios where we're going to be seeing perhaps a nice fluctuation to the upside. According to the gap being up, it has been closed. So move to the upsides are in favor. So buying the crude oil. Nat Gas seems to be also doing the same. It opened up with a nice gap up. So I'm just going to bring down my support to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. And we're going to be looking to buy. I'm going to bring down my resistance, however, to basically this around this level right here. So going with the trend with what the chart is showing me. So buying that gas. Gold looking to go back up above the 2400 marker. So let's see if that's gonna be the case for today. So also along with the indices and crude oil, buying it. Silver seems to also, let's use the lower of that fluctuation of the 25th, July 25th. So let's see, $29 will be met this week. Copper seems to, oh boy, copper looks on the other tear. So let's see if $4 will be the level of support for copper. Right now it's trading lower, so selling. Bitcoin, all right, so Bitcoin after that was great news from Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, is moving higher. So let's use the top Bollinger Band as my resistance and the medium of the Bollinger Bands as my level of support. So going with the trend, buying Bitcoin. And Ethereum is a new asset we're going to be joining here. So let's use 3200 as the let me use this, clone this puppy. So let's use this obviously as the level of, okay, let's use this. So 3200 for support, 3400 for resistance. Okay, going with the trend, buying it. Okay, let's take a look at, okay, so let's just change the colors here real quick. All right, there we go. And then we have the euro. Let's take a look at the currencies, what they're looking to do. Oh, the euro is tanking. Wow, 108. Let's see if 108 is going to be that psychological level of support for the euro. And let's just use 108.750. So it's trending lower, pushing also the pound. So 128 is going to be the level of support. 129. No, let's just use 129. Give me a tight range for the currencies, and we're gonna be seeing more of that movement. If we, oh wow, the dollar index just spiked to 106. Let's see if that continues. If that momentum continues on the dollar index, we'll see more of a decline on the currencies and perhaps a pressure on the metals. So keep that in mind. All right, that's it for me today. Have a great trading day, and I will see you tomorrow.